Hi, these are some top tips for Garda Commissioner Noreen O'Sullivan to instruct her officers that when conducting illegal surveillance against my family whose only crime has been to report paedophilia, I've got some top tips from here in my experience over the past 18 months of illegal surveillance, things which the Garda and their officers might consider doing to improve their surveillance. Dear Commissioner, please instruct your officers of the following. Perhaps it's not a good idea, number one, to taser our dogs. The number one suspect will usually be a copper. Number two, tell your officers not to drive up and down past our house staring with our mouths agape. Kind of gives it away that they have us under surveillance. Number three, tell your officers when following us in their cars not to maintain the same distance at all times. No one in Ireland drives like that, and it gives it away somewhat that they're following us. Or indeed when they drive in front of us, no one in Ireland pulls off and does the same things. Number five, when your officers are planning to break into our house, perhaps, just perhaps, it's a good idea that they make sure that my family's not in the house at the time that they break in. Otherwise, we hear them at the door and we see them speed off in their car outside. Just a little tip. Number six, try to instruct your officers not to use old tech equipment which causes static interference with domestic appliances, allowing all our family to hear the Garda in their conversations outside. This is a kind of giveaway that they're watching us and listening to what we're doing. Number seven, dogs don't have opposable thumbs. My German Shepherds are very talented, but they don't have thumbs. They're very well trained, but they can't lock themselves in a room they weren't put into. So when we come home and they're in a different room, it kind of gives it away that given nothing's been stolen as such and the dog's in a different room, that somehow we think the Garda have been in the house. Tell your Garda not to use 3 speeding vans, for example, on a quiet country road at 2 AM near our house or near a house we're moving to. Kind of gives it away that they're watching our movements. Could you please, Commissioner Noreen, instruct your officers that when they're in our house and they're rifling through our pant drawer or whatever they're doing, that they could maybe not eat our biscuits. It's just a pet hate, but you come home and you're looking for a biscuit, a cup of tea, and they've munched through half a packet of biscuits, sometimes more than half a packet. Could they at least clean up after themselves? They're filthy middens. And on that front, when they taser my dogs and cause them grievous bodily harm, or indeed give them poison and make the dogs vomit and have diarrhoea, could you possibly ask these officers not to then stand in the poo and walk it through the carpet? There's nothing worse, you may appreciate. You come back home, been a nice afternoon out with the family, or you've been shopping, you come back and there's big muckle Garda footprints all over the carpet with shite stains everywhere. On that front, early one morning I opened the bedroom curtains to see a Garda standing on the roof of a dilapidated shed staring in the windows. If the Garda want to know the colour of my pants, they only have to ask. There's nothing more disconcerting than opening up the curtains in the morning and seeing a Garda look at my pants and then jump off the roof into the bushes. Number 10. When people report a crime, such as me and my wife, it's a top tip for these officers pretending they were not involved, for the officers then to respond to the crime report or to feign interest, otherwise it's a kind of giveaway that they were the ones involved. If one of your special branch officers is instructed to steal my wife's handbag in church, perhaps it's a good idea that he's not extremely inebriated in attending to this in church and almost falls over when trying to grab her handbag. On the church front as well, perhaps it's also a good idea that when they're following us outside and then watch us in church, that your officers may actually not have their back to the altar. This is a kind of giveaway that they are following us and watching us in, but they're not actually there for church. Try not to rely, Commissioner, on local officers following us, because they tend to follow us about with their mouth agape. That is a regular. When your officers are in our back garden at night, could you instruct Garda officers not to use a torch when walking past bedroom windows? Even our 5-year-old daughter can tell that Garda officers are in the back garden again. Commissioner, it seems to me in these days of economic recession and low police numbers that perhaps it would be more effective if your officers just turned up once on a Saturday and said, Hello Mr Doherty, we're just coming here to let you know we're keeping an eye on you. One wonders if any of these officers have actually been informed why they're following us and why they have us under continuous surveillance. To any of those officers watching or wondering why they have been following us, walking up and down, looking in our pant drawer, eating our biscuits, tasing our dogs and stealing some possessions, our only crime was that my wife and I reported elite paedophilia, and your government is covering it up, as supported by senior officers to the very top of your Garda Commissioner, Noreen Sullivan. Thank you for watching.